Hey guys, I'm Maddie Matt. Welcome back to my channel. We explore the wonders of makeup, skincare, beauty, fragrance, unboxing, and more. And for today's video, I'm going to do a quick little tutorial on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Collection Pro Pigmented Volume 5 in comparison to Volume 1. So if that's of interest to you, stick around and enjoy the show. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So right before I begin, I did find my the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Pro Pigmented Volume 1, which is her first purple one, if you guys recall. Such amazing pretty colors. I know, I love it. And we're just going to pretty much dive in and talk about, is this palette, do you really need this palette if, you know, if by chance you had the first one. I will say this, looking at both colors, and let me see how I could do this because these are pretty heavy. All right, so looking at both colors, both palettes, this one here, the Pro Pigmented Volume 1 does have some purple shades, but it does have more warm tones. It has the bright coral colors, it has a little bit of blue here and there, but I see a lot of like corals and oranges and sparkly orange as well. Now this one, I feel like it does have more purple tones as well as your warm tones, so that's something to keep in mind. They both retail for $60 obviously, which, you know, to be perfectly honest, it's not bad. You get 25 shades, and you know, I've seen other palettes where you pay more and you get like 10 shades, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and do a few swatches just to see, because these look a little bit amazing. I wanna test A3, which is this like lilac shimmer here. So I'm gonna go in here and just, okay, and that's what it looks like in the camera, as you can see. And then let's do a swatch right here. Ooh. It's a nice lilac shimmer. I'm gonna go in with C1 and test that one out as well. This one has like a darker tone, and it does have, it's a purple. Oh, look at that. It's real pretty. And I'm gonna swipe it right next to it right here. Let me see right here. Ooh. You guys see that? They're really pretty. So that purple has more like of a blue tone underneath it as well. So, and then I'm gonna go in with the next shimmery purple that has like a tint of like pink tones to me, and that's shade E3 right here. So I'm gonna just use my pinky. Oh, it's very pigmented. Oh my god, all her shimmers are so pigmented. And we're gonna go ahead and swipe it right here. Do you guys see that? Oh, it's amazing. This one has more like of a pink tint to it. They're all like metallic-y in my opinion. And let's go ahead and get this started. Let me go ahead and apply some off camera real quick. I am gonna apply some translucent powder underneath just in case there's any fallout, because I noticed that this one does have a little bit of fallout. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I don't know what type of look I'm gonna go for, so I am just simply gonna go in. Sorry, there's a little bit of like fallout here that I just wanted to get rid of. I don't know, my OCD might be kicking in or something, but I think I am gonna go in and start with shade A4, which is a nude, like a brownish nude. There is fallout, as you can see. I don't know if the camera picked it up. And I'm gonna start my usual, just giving my eyes a base. And applying it all over my lid. Because again, I don't know, that's just me. I like applying a base and then going in from there and, you know, building my colors and my design on my eyes, if that makes sense. Going back in. And there you have it. Guys, it does have a little bit of fallout, but who cares, right? Now, I don't know what I want to go for, to be perfectly honest with you guys. So I'm just gonna play along, to be honest. We'll see. But you know, we do have to use these purples because that's what this palette is really about. Now I will say this at the very end, I will say that some of her mattes, they do look similar from her volume 1 palette, so keep that in mind as well. So I think I'm going to go in. So I like her crease. I don't know. Whatever, we'll see. We'll play with it. Alright, now I'm going to go in with, and by the way guys, if you guys were curious, I am using my Farrah brush, which again, I don't know, I'm bad with names and numbers, so it's 35E, which is my favorite brush for just like applying a base. It's a big fluffy brush, but I don't care. I use it for like applying the base. Alright, I'm going to go in with a smaller brush, and I'm going to use the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill JH40, which is another blending brush, but it's a smaller tip. And I think I'm going to go in with, I think I want to go in with C3, which is this purple right here. Ooh, yes. Ooh, it has a little bit of sparkle too to it. Oh, look. There you guys see, if you want to see the fallout. And I think, I don't know, I might do a halo here today. Because why not, right? So you guys can see there is a little bit of fallout here and here, but that's okay. Again, that's one of the reasons why I did want to wear my translucent powder, just because I didn't know how these would perform. I mean, they're very pigmented, I will give it that. I am trying to build it a little bit more because I do want that purple to kind of pop. I'm just going into that crease here to kind of blend it in a little bit. Next up, I'm going to go with the lighter shade B3, which is that lilac lavender color. And I'm with the same brush, I'm just going to dip it in and kind of soften that look right here. Like 1/3 of the eyelid where I created the halo effect. I'm also going to go back in, and to kind of soften up my crease, I'm just going to lightly go over it. Now with my finger, I am going to go into that C1 right here and apply it in the center. I am seeing a little bit of patchiness right over here. I don't know if you guys can see, but I am seeing a little bit of patchiness. Not too much though. It looks like it was coming from the darker shade. Alright, I'm going to go back in because I want to intensify that shimmer. Oh my god, this one is so rich and creamy. I love it. Going back in with C3 and kind of softening those edges. Now, I'm going to go in with another blending brush, and I'm going to use my Luxie 205 tapering blending brush. And I'm going to go into and dip into E2. And I just want to soften those right above. I want to soften that above my crease. And there you have it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and do the bottom if I can find my wipes here, but I can't. I don't know what I did with them now. Oh god, look, it's very, very pigmented, as you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this away, this translucent powder that I have. And then I'll work on my waterline. For this one now, I'm gonna go in and use CE3, and I'm gonna take the Morphe x Jacqueline Hill brush JH42. It's supposed to be a little smudging brush. So I'm gonna go in with CE3 again, that dark purple. It's not a dark purple, but it's like a bright plum. It's not even plum. It's like an intense, vibrant purple. And I'm going to lightly trace my waterline. And I'm only going like one third of it in, because I'm gonna apply that B3 lilac color and kind of soften it around, and then in the center pop in that C1. I wish they could. I will say this, I wish they had names, because it's hard keeping up with like C1, B1, A1. So yeah, but now with the same brush, I'm gonna go into that lilac color B3 and soften, and like right in the middle of where I stopped, I'm gonna trace it in. Next, I'm gonna go into that C1, which is that shimmery metallic purple that has like blue tones underneath. I'm dipping it in, and right in the center, I'm popping that shimmer in. I want to build it a little bit more. And there you have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, finish this eye, finish this look, and then I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts and opinion on this. I mean, it's a pretty palette, but you know, we'll dive in just a sec, so I'll be right back. And I'm back. This is the final look. No, okay, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I went ahead and applied, you know, my highlighter and so forth and lipstick offline. I will link it down below in case you guys are curious to know what I'm wearing. And I'm gonna go ahead and just dive in and give you my final thoughts and opinion and review on this. The palette worked amazing. I can't complain. I even saw reviews online from Sephora. I think that because it's a newer palette, obviously, they only had like about 26 reviews, and one of them, and I mean literally one of them, was a 1-star. The rest of them, the 25 other review, were all 5 stars. Did I have a little bit of a hiccup here and there? Yeah, but it kind of worked. I was able to kind of blend it away and build it some more and so forth. I don't think it's a bad palette at all. It's very pigmented, like it, you know, like she did say, basically based on the title, you know, pro pigmented. But overall, for the price, it's good. It's a little bit hefty, yes, but it's reasonable, because you have 25 shades and they're big pans, they're not small pans, and you get good quality. So definitely a pro on that. Now, in comparison to her older palette, the volume 1, which is this one here, and I think I've only used like the shimmers and stuff like that, 1 or 2 shimmers on this one. I still have to play with this one, but I will say this, a lot of the colors on here, the purples, I think, in my opinion, the mattes, they kind of look alike. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say A2 from this one and D4 from this one, they kind of look the same a little bit, only that it has, one of them is a little bit of a darker, has like a little hint of a darker shade. It's very minimal though. As far as the shimmer that I'm wearing, C1, I really thought it was in her Pro Volume 1, because if you look at C1 here, and I know it's hard to look, but do you see C1 here in comparison from her her Volume 1? Look at D2 here. They kind of look the same, only that D2 is a little bit darker, okay? Now, she does have a variety of like bright colors in her Volume 1. She does have some yellow, some gold, some orange, some coral, like a hot pink, a kind of like a cherry reddish kind of color, and she has very few browns, which in her volume 5 one she has more browns, which is, to be perfectly honest with you, this one is more of my go-to palette, just because I like having warm tone palettes, you know, warm tone colors in my palette, versus this one, it's more of a like a bright, outgoing, kind of spontaneous type of vibe that I get from this palette. Overall, I loved it. Do you really need both? Probably not. You don't need both, to be honest. It all depends on your, you know what I'm saying, like what you like, what you, you know, what you feel you would want out of this palette. I'm the type of person that, like, in order for me to create a look, I like to have one palette and one palette only. I don't like going in, oh man, there's not enough brown, let me go look for a palette that has more browns or warm tone colors. So this is why, in my opinion, I would prefer this one over the volume 1. Now, to each his own. I know some people like bright colors. I mean, I've seen amazing art, creativity been done, makeup look with this palette, but I mean, I like him, I'm not gonna lie. I like the aesthetics as well. I mean, this one is more of a lilac, you know, it has a little bit of like a iridescent kind of like, I don't even know what this design is called. Like, it's not a holographic. What is this called? I can't remember what this is called, but yeah, it has, you know, it's nice. I mean, it's heavy, it's hefty, you know. The other one as well is nice. It's purple, has a little bit of golds and so forth, but overall, I would go with volume 5 just because it's my personal preference, because of the color entails that's in the palette, versus 1. But 1 does an amazing job too. Like, some of the shimmers that I've used and, you know, glitters are amazing. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. What did you guys think? Do you guys, I know that some people are like wishy-washy about it. I know that she mentioned something to the effect that she wanted to add more to the volume 1 based off what she created on this palette, something to that effect, so don't quote me. But so far, I mean, I like them all. To be honest with you guys, I have volume 2 and volume 4, if I'm not mistaken. So I have the pink one and I have the blue one. I'm also getting in my BoxyCharm, which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, I am a subscriber to BoxyCharm basically. And in my box for the month of July, we had to choose like one of our add-on items, right? And for my choice, it was the Norvina palette, which I want to say is volume 3, the orange one, but don't quote me. But yes, that's the one that I'm getting on my next BoxyCharm. So yeah, because I wanted to test that one out as well. I heard amazing things. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy this look. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Or do you guys like this palette? Do you prefer the first one? Do you prefer this one? Are you guys gonna get it? Let me know down below, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye guys.